Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
You guys, it's about... I got an abscess at the root of the tooth that supposedly was root canaled.
I am bruised everywhere on the inside of my mouth.
Got 12 bottom, 14 top.
They're usually really careful, but it looks like they've loosened a tooth.
She even went as far as like shaving all of my back teeth down.
And then you realize you ate your tooth.
My tooth started hurting so bad it was hurting into my ear.
But you're experiencing nerve damage. Crown that I paid $700 for cracks.
It hurts. Wagwan Islanders family, welcome back to another video, guys. So as you see from the thumbnail, from the intro, guys, you know we're diving into something that a lot of us don't really think about sometimes until it's too late, and we're talking about dental work. If you're like me, we all want that perfect smile, right? Clean teeth, white as pearls, straight like a model, and of course a picture ready. Ching. And thanks to modern dentistry, there are so many options to help you get there. From routine cleanings to fluoride treatments to just more serious procedures like veneers. We have seen the implants, we have heard about root canals, and of course orthodontics. But what happens when it all goes wrong? In today's video, we're talking about dental horror stories. Those nightmare scenarios that start off as like a simple procedure and spiral into a whole cosmetic trauma. Whether it's a root canal that just leaves you in the worst pain that you started off with, or maybe even veneers that crack or even ruin your bite, braces that shift everything except the teeth that you wanted to remove in the first place. You know, these are things happen, guys, and of course we're going to talk about it. But before we continue with the rest of today's video, just do your girl a favor by liking the video, man. Stop watching yourself with the little like button, man. Just go ahead, hit the like button, and I'd love to have you join the Islanders family by, of course, hitting that subscribe button. With that being said, guys, let's get into today's video.
Okay, y'all, I know I look crazy as hell and I feel crazy as hell. I got bad memories from this right here. I had staph on my face one time and I looked just like this. But I came to tell y'all, if you ever have to get a root canal, make sure your doctor know what they're doing. Because apparently the doctor that did mine years and years ago didn't know what they was doing and missed part of the root. And now I got an abscess at the root of the tooth that supposedly was root canaled. And now I look like I got a golf ball in my mouth. And I'm in pain. But, y'all, make sure your doctors know what they're doing. Okay? You want me walking around looking like this? My face lopsided. I'm sorry. Y'all, this is stupid. I've been on pain meds, antibiotics for the past day. But I've been in pain since like Saturday. So, yeah. You don't want to look like this.
Put a finger down. If you spent $700 on a root canal and the root canal went great, and then you go to the dentist and they put a temporary one on because they have to put a temporary one on in order for the real one to come. So temporary for now. And before you leave, your dentist is like, hey, don't eat anything crunchy or gummy. And you're like, I got them. So you go to a church event today and you see a sour punch straw and you're like, that looks good, that looks tasty. And so you start eating it, and in the middle of eating it you feel something crunchy and you're like, oh, it's probably just because the sour punch straw is old. So you keep eating it, and then you get into your car and you run your tongue along your teeth and you realize that tooth is non-existent. And then you realize you ate your tooth.
I am made up of ibuprofen and the grace of God at this point. I don't even really know.
Hi, y'all. I just had my first molar taken out. 10 out of 10 not having fun. The anesthesia has made me a wackadoodle. Pray for my boyfriend. However, I just really feel like I need to channel my inner roots, which is hillbilly. So I'm on my way, right? But I had a root canal tooth extracted, and I immediately feel better. Like, I would never recommend getting one ever. I think I only had it for a month and a half, and I never felt more sick in my entire life. Like, brain fog, joint pain. I felt pressured, like I didn't have any other options, and you do have options. You just may look a little Hoosier, and that's okay, because we can all be Hoosier together and not be sick. Okay, well, pray for me. This is day 1. A little bit of swelling, no snatched jawline anymore. This side's pretty good, though.
Of course, guys, let's start off with the infamous root canal. Just hearing these words makes some people like me cringe, and for a good reason, of course. Root canal is supposed to save your teeth by removing, the infected or the dead nerve tissue from the inside. It is meant to bring you some relief, stop the infection and preserve the structure of your natural teeth. I can't even begin to tell you how many stories I've heard of people that, who ended up with being worse after their root canal than before. I've heard a story where one woman talks about, her pain tripled after her procedure, and just thinking about it, it's giving me a toothache right now. The dentist missed the canal, and yes, apparently there can be multiple roots, and that little mistake led to months of antibiotics, jaw swelling, and eventually losing the teeth altogether.
I kid you not. I went to the dentist today for a root canal, and after 2 hours of him drilling into my mouth, he said, "Just kidding, we're not doing the root canal." So I went in there for a root canal, and I simply came out without one. But I did come out with the hole drilled into my mouth that he just decided to cover with some putty. And then said, so basically, during the whole 2 hours, he was like, "Oh, you're being so patient. Since you've been sitting for so long, maybe we'll do the crown tomorrow and just do the root canal today." And obviously I couldn't answer because my mouth was occupied. And so after 2 hours of him doing stuff, he sits me up and he says, "Okay," in a way that makes it sound like we're done. Like we're finished here, right? Right. And so I say, "Oh, can we please do I said, "Oh, are we going to do the crown?" And he says, "I'm actually going to refer you to a specialist." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, for the crown?" And he goes, "No, for the root canal. For the root canal." What have you been doing for the last 2 hours? Oh my God. And he basically just explains to me that he just couldn't do it. So now I have to wait until Tuesday with like putty covering the hole on my tooth that is very, very, very temporary. And they're not even going to do the crown that day either. They're going to do it on Wednesday. And then they made me sign a paper that says they're going to charge me $100 if I cancel my appointment. If I cancel my appointment, that means you guys did not do the root canal, which means you need to refund me. Anyways, I went in for a root canal. I did not come home with a root canal after 2 hours of being there. I should have known. Because yesterday, when the dental assistant, the dental hygienist, whatever, was doing my x-rays, she punched me in the jaw after I came in for jaw pain on this side. Okay? Yeah, I should have known. So now I'm experiencing the pain of having a root canal without actually having had the root canal. And then again on Tuesday, they're going to do the root canal, and I will be in even more pain because they have to undo and work off of what the first dentist did.
That was so much worse than I thought it was going to be because everyone told me that it doesn't hurt, and look, I'm so numb. It looks ridiculous. Or a third extra root or something. And then they x-rayed it and showed me, and I still see a hole, but he's like, "You see all that white? That's the filling." And then I saw the roots and stuff. Oh my God, that, I'm sorry to anyone getting one. I'm not trying to scare you, but I'd rather be prepared. And I don't think it was his fault. The guy was doing the best he could. My tooth was effed up. For real. That was so bad. Oh my God, I'm never doing that again. I'm taking care of my teeth. That was so bad. I've gone through a tonsillectomy with some teeth fillings. That was the worst thing ever. I had to get 8 shots because he's like, "Do you feel that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Why do I still feel it?"
Y'all, so a little update on my tooth. So my tooth number 13, I got a root canal about a week ago and a day ago. And I just started having such bad throbbing pain after my root canal. And when I tell you I'm stressed, I am stressed out because I'm still having pain. They gave me anti-inflammatory meds and they also gave me antibiotics, and I'm still having that throbbing pain. It comes and goes. But it's just so annoying when I get it because it's like a pulsating. It feels like a heartbeat in my tooth and it just keeps throbbing. And yesterday I went to an emergency dentist because I was just in so much pain and I'm just like, what do I do? So I go to this dentist and they look at my x-ray and they tell me that the root canal looks like it wasn't completed. I guess it looks on the x-ray. I guess based on the x-ray it looks like it wasn't reached to the root of the tooth or something. I guess it wasn't drilled down, so I could have like leftover nerve in the tooth is what they were saying. And I'm like so pissed off because I just paid $2,300, but I'm not sure what portion is the crown, but half of that is from the root canal cost. So I'm assuming $1,100 was the root canal and the rest was the crown. I don't know. But anyways, I have to go back on Monday. And see what else they're going to do about my tooth, because if all else fails, I'm going to have to go see an endodontist, a specialist. And I'm going to be so pissed because I just spent $2,300 for a root canal that failed. And now you're telling me I possibly have to go see a specialist and pay more money. So I'm kind of mad at myself because... word of advice, if you need a root canal, don't just go to a general dentist. Like, if you need a root canal, go to an endodontist. And I knew this. I went to a general dentist because they have good reviews on root canals. So I was like, okay, I'm going to just do it here. But honestly, it's best to go to an endodontist because they specialize in root canals and, you know, they're more likely not to mess up. So stay tuned because I might have to get another root canal. I might have to get a retreatment and spend another $2,000. And a friend of mine was like, you should ask for a refund. And I'm like, I doubt they're going to give me a refund for a root canal because, like, it's not, I don't know if it's their fault that it failed. Like, I don't know. But dental insurance pisses me off because, like, I actually have a pretty good plan. But they only give you $1,000 a year. And in order to get a better plan, I'd have to pay like maybe $70 a month. But I'd have to wait and do a waiting period to get like any major procedures done, which is bullshit. So little update on the root canal that I had retreated. Your girl got her tooth pulled. I don't know if you can see, but... it was that one. And I feel so ugly now, like, bruh. I'm so mad that I had to get it pulled. So basically, it was a filling that when they filled it in November last year, they hit a nerve or whatever when they filled the cavity. And then, so I had to get a root canal done. Did the root canal, it was too short. Or actually my root was just super long, so they had to redo it again. Oh my gosh, I can barely talk, girl. I'm so sore. And then I did the retreatment. 2 days later, the same thing again, having that constant throbbing, pulsating pain in the tooth. And I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna have it pulled, because he was like, we can do two things. You can go back to the specialist, back to the endodontist, and they do another retreatment, which is another $2,300 that I could just put towards an implant. You know what I mean? I already paid $2,300 for this root canal, so it's like, why should I pay another $2,300 when that's the cost of an implant? You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I'm so numb, girl. So anyways, he was like, or we could just pull it. And he was like, I'll do you a favor. I'll make the bone graft and the extraction free. And I was like, yes, let's do it. So he went ahead, pulled it. Ooh, for some reason this one really hurt. I think it was because the tooth is like hella infected. As soon as he pulled it, it made a crack, and oh my gosh, it hurt so bad. Even with like the numbing, I just felt all the pressure. And my whole cheek is like swollen right now, and I'm really feeling the pain. I have 2 implants on my right side, and I honestly didn't feel this much pain with it, and I think it's because it was infected. So I think I made the right choice by getting it pulled, and I'm just gonna get an implant when I save up, because let me just show you real quick how much an implant is. When I tell you I gasped when I saw how much and she told me how much for one implant. Ooh, $4,300. But if you think about it, you're actually saving money doing that rather than another root canal, because if I did another root canal, I would have paid $4,600. So whatever. I'm just mad that I have to do an implant, and it sucks that I had to lose a tooth, but for some reason my body just does not react well to root canals. Even my dentist, like I've been to so many dentists, so many endodontists, and they all have said like, we have no idea why you're just not responding to the root canal. Like they do the root canals on me and they just don't work. Then 2 days later, throbbing pain again. And they said it could be because I have really long roots and complex canals. Like I think it was tooth number 4 or 3. I had like 3 or 4 canals in there, and they could not find one of them. So they were like, just pull it, and I did. So my advice here, if you need a root canal done, do not go to your general dentist unless they're so good at it. Or if root canals just don't work on you and you know they don't work on you, just stop doing them and pull them.
Aspen Dental sent me into a full mental breakdown for the past week. When I was visiting my in-laws for Christmas, I was having a great time, and all of a sudden my tooth started hurting so bad it was hurting into my ear. So I was like, this is probably something that I need to get looked at that can't wait another week. So I went to Aspen Dental to see if they could look at it for me. They took x-rays, and then the dentist comes in and she sits me down like someone has just died. Immediately, the mood in the room is just like very intense. The first thing that she said to me was, "Do you floss?" Girl, that hurt my feelings a little bit. I floss every day. Thank you very much. So then she proceeds to tell me that I need a root canal and 5 fillings. I literally started crying. I was so embarrassed. I felt so dirty. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is awful. How did I not even know? She prescribes me antibiotics to get rid of the infection, and she sends me on my way. So then I schedule an appointment to see my dentist where I'm from. And I go in telling them that I need a root canal and probably like 5 fillings. And I am like in distress over this. So they take my x-rays, and then the dentist comes in and he's like, so what's going on with your teeth? And I was like, dude, I'm falling apart. And he looked at it and he was like, you are going to need a root canal in that back molar. It's no big deal. It'll be a really easy procedure. And I don't see any other cavities.
What?
Aspen Dental was really about to give me 5 fillings that I didn't need. Anyways, I will be getting that root canal. If you have any suggestions, let me know, because I hate the dentist and I'm so nervous about going. Also, in my opinion, you should stay away from Aspen Dental unless it's emergency, and always get a second opinion.
As if I'm just walking down the road and I laughed and my teeth fell out on the floor. No, why me? Oh. I couldn't give a what you say about my teeth. Like, I'm happy with them. You lot are just hating. Because I'm here living my best life, and you're all just hating on me because you're jealous. Because you ain't got teeth like me.
Maisie had her teeth done recently and is absolutely over the moon with them.
They are exactly how I wanted them. The deal I got was unbelievable. So I got 12 bottom, 14 top, and it's cost me 1,700, I think it was. Teeth are still so sensitive.
I think it's brought my features out a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like to the side. But I'm all for it. Like I'm actually all for it. The comment section is like, they're not real, are they? To all the people that love my teeth, like, big up to you. To all the people that don't, I have a bad on you.
Why? My veneer just come out right before my birthday and I graduate soon. Like, what is this? Yo, my birthday is June 1st, y'all. My graduation is June 14th. Alright guys, if you watch some of my beauty hacks gone wrong, you know I would have touched on, some of the veneers, because this is a whole craze. We all know that everyone wants that whole Hollywood smile, right? The moment people hear veneers, they think, instant perfection, bright smile, symmetric and smooth. But let me tell you, it's a trap. It can be a trap. For some people, it has gone well and looks perfect, but there's a but. Well, first of all, while I was doing my research, I realized that they shave your natural teeth down. Not just a little, but in most cases, it's irreversible. So you are committing to veneers for the rest of your life, and no one talks about that enough. So if the dentist doesn't match your shape of your natural bites or even mess up your entire alignment, you can end up with a pain in your jaw, speech issues, or even nerve exposing. Now, I've seen people leave the country to go and get their veneers done for cheap and come back with mismatched shade, sole and gums, and the veneers just popping off like press-on nails.
You guys, it's about...
You guys, this isn't a drill. I'm in Hawaii, and it happened again.
Can I get my
tooth is in her purse.
I was talking to her. I was mid-conversation with her and was praying a corn kernel fell out of her mouth. It was a tooth.
I'm this close to killing myself.
Y'all about to watch me do my own composite veneers. Here's my before.
Teeth by Tiana is the first red flag.
Okay, y'all, so I got my top 2 veneers done. Close my gap, y'all. Oh my God. I'm really a raw ass bitch. Period. Now I gotta put composite on the rest of my teeth, which honestly is the easy part for me. So if I did the middle, I can do the rest of them. And then I'm gonna polish them, give them that nice shine, like natural teeth. But y'all can see the difference. They
How are you gonna floss
definitely
there?
whiter than my normal shade. My gap is closed. I'm going to clean up the shape a little bit at the bottom and just make sure they're nice and sharp. But I'm excited. I've never had my gap closed and my teeth. Like, I can see how like my shape's gonna be on a daily basis. Now, this best edge that you use to make your tooth like a material, it's nasty. I would say that's the downside.
I have never seen that much extra.
It's less likely to like spread in your mouth, and it's disgusting. It tastes like a punch.
Where did you get that from?
The good thing about doing your own veneers is that you can take breaks. So I'm about to take a break and pour me a drink because
Okay, you're drinking during treatment. Okay.
it's not hard if you know what you're doing, y'all. But at the same time, like, it's time consuming, especially if you want your structure to be right.
If you don't know what you're
I know y'all can
doing.
notice the ones that's done. For all of these are done. And I close my gap. And then I still have to do this side. And I still got to do my bottom row.
Please.
So I got a lot to do. And I'm talking funny, y'all, because it is an adjustment. So now I know exactly what my clients be talking about when they like, it just feel a little different. It's like
other people. Okay.
it just feel different, but you can still talk, and it definitely give you boss bitch energy. Like, I'm not even using no filter. I feel like with veneers, bitch, I don't need nothing. Like, look at my teeth, y'all, and I'm only halfway done. Because if I could do my own veneers this route, y'all know how I'm coming for y'all.
Please
Like,
don't.
y'all gotta know
Please
how I'm
don't.
coming for y'all.
Please don't.
Like, for real, stop playing. I did this myself, y'all. Like, no cap. I really did this. And you look close, you see?
Please back up.
This side is not done. And you can tell, like, the
There's
difference in the
nothing
color.
wrong with her teeth. Nothing at all.
Wow.
Yeah, well.
I closed my gap.
How many times has she
I
done said she
shaped
close to
them.
that?
Made sure I could floss in between. It's up. But it just do something to you. It literally give you like a boss bitch energy. I'm really that raw, y'all. I just did my own composite veneers. Now I'm just cleaning up like excess composite in the inside. Period. So the good thing about doing your own veneers is like you can feel the inside of your mouth yourself. So you know if you got like some excess composite like on the back part, you can just like clean that off.
Where did she get the handpiece? That's what I need to know. Oh my god.
Or even like at the border of your teeth, because you want to be able to bite down. It shouldn't feel hard. Like when you bite,
You
it
can't
shouldn't be
even bite
hard.
all the way.
Oh my God, y'all. I'm literally so tired. It's like
I'd be tired too if I didn't know that.
2 something in the morning. I don't even know, but I
2
just finished, y'all.
a.m.
Period.
No. No.
My braces wire has broken. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to pay $5,000 to get this fixed, and I'm like, no. And my dinner, they hurt now. It's gonna hurt again.
Okay, so I keep getting tagged in this. This is what happens when you get your braces removed. So they're using pliers and they're snapping each bracket off of each tooth. Each bracket is glued onto the tooth with a little bit of white filling material, so they snap off really easily, and the excess is just polished away. They're usually really careful, but it looks like they've loosened a tooth. No, that's just a pontic. It's like a placeholder tooth before you get a replacement.
Let's talk about the orthodontics part of it, which are like the braces as well as the clear aligners like Invisalign. Well, these are meant to correct the alignment of your teeth over time, because even at one point I was considering, as I said in my last video, braces, and then I thought about it and I said maybe Invisalign at some point. This sounds all straightforward, right? Of course, while doing my research, that is key. Also another area where I understand that things can go wrong and very fast. From my understanding, traditional braces can shift your teeth in ways that you never intended if you are not applied with a full orthodontic plan. Heard of stories where people have ended up with open bites, lopsided midlines, and worse, even jaw alignment than they had before.
But nobody talks about the pain of having bad teeth, having braces to fix your bad teeth, having your teeth fixed, and being excited to spend the rest of your life with them teeth. And then when you take off your braces, you have to wear your retainer forever to maintain them teeth. And then you lose your retainer and your teeth go back to how they was before. Nobody talks about that pain, and I think we need to start talking about it. We need therapy.
Where's all the people that had braces for years, did some dumb shit, didn't wear the damn retainer, and now y'all teeth is shifting back to how they was before y'all got the braces? I never thought I would be a part of that community. Mind y'all, I had braces for 3 years, from when I was 14 to 17. Everybody would be like, oh, you have braces? When you get them taken off, don't forget to wear your retainer. Some people even told me, make sure you get the permanent retainer. Mind you, I was like, I don't want no permanent retainer. I'm good. I want a clear retainer. I wanted to be like, you could barely even notice I have one on. Y'all, tell me why I didn't have my retainer for 2 weeks. Guess what? I left it in a purse, and I left the purse somewhere. Now, mind you, my teeth before I had braces wasn't too bad, but they remind me of like rabbit teeth a little bit. Like, see? The front teeth remind me of rabbit teeth. The bottom is alright, but not really. So with my braces, ooh, when I got my braces taken off, y'all, everything sharp. Sharp mouth. Bottom of my teeth sharp. Well, because I didn't wear the damn retainer, my teeth is back to how they was before I got the braces. It was just like a waste of 5 bands. And now I'm about to be 23 years old and I want to get braces again. Now, no offense to everybody that got their teeth done. Y'all teeth look nice. Me personally, I'm into investing in my own teeth that grew in my own damn mouth. So yeah, I want my braces back. And I promise you I'm going to get the permanent retainer. I promise you I'm going to keep up this time, Lord, please.
Have you ever had your wire pop out on you? And if so, what do y'all do? Because this is ghetto. Y'all, okay, so we have an issue. I just got done eating, just got done eating some pistachios. Why? My wire came out and I thought, oh, I could just pop it in like I've been popping it in. No, can't pop it in because the whole bracket is gone. Like, I don't even know where it went. Like, it's supposed to be one of those things on this tooth so I could slide the wire in. It's gone. I don't know if I ate it, but I guess if I did eat it, it's gonna come out the other end. I don't know, but I didn't chew on anything hard. I can't remember swallowing anything uncomfortable while eating the pistachios, although pistachios they're not hard, but I would think if I chewed on something metal, it would be uncomfortable. Anyway, I think I swallowed it and I don't know how to get the wire. I think I'm just gonna have to cut it because it is a pretty thin wire. So after I'm done with my appointment, I'm gonna go to the store and probably get some like things to nip it so that it doesn't continue to go into my gum or my cheek. Because look, it's like all the way out. So whole thing is gone, y'all. Like, what do I do?
First week done. Have ye old missing side tooth from grinding, of course. When I get a new tray, I have to go in and trim this little lifted edge because it irritates my gums. So I'm gonna clip that off. Going with a nail file, just moving it down. Clean new tray. Kind of tight, not too bad. Bottom tray. Ooh, I genuinely did not think it was gonna go on. Like, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, I'm taking 2 Tylenols tonight. Last time all my pain was gone in 24 hours, just canine to canine. That was it. The hardest thing that I had to deal with was a sore on the inside of my lip from these two, and Carmex came in handy. Like, I was rubbing it on the inside of my lip and it healed the sore up. Ready for it to be over with.
Invisalign is marketed as the easy, discreet solution. You know, you pop them in, you pop them out, but a lot of people are self-managing their own treatment. Some mail-in brands don't even require, you know, in-person checkups or check-ins. People end up, you know, skipping trays or keeping them in longer than advised. And the result, of course, you know, if you have a gum disease or even bone issues that aren't diagnosed first, then moving your teeth can apparently trigger long-term problems. You're there now thinking that you're fixing your smile, but you might be loosening the foundation of your teeth altogether.
Why did nobody tell me? Having Invisalign feels like a full-time job. I wake up, I brush my teeth, fine. I brush my Invisalign, cool, pop them in, great. When I have my coffee, gotta pop them out, perfect. Have my coffee, gotta brush my teeth, gotta pop them back in, awesome. 2 hours later, I go to have lunch. Perfect. Pop them out, eat my lunch, come back, floss, brush my teeth, pop them back in. Hey, what the hell? For how long? 9 months? I have a job to do. I can't spend 84 hours in the bathroom. What? And they hurt. And they hurt. Add in another 2 minutes to take Advil every freaking 8 hours. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Then I have to chew on my freaking human dog chewing toys. Oh. I looked so bad in that lighting, so I just wanted to come back and do a little smile.
So
So I just got done with my Invisalign treatment and these are the results. They look cool, they look nice, but this still doesn't align, and that was one of the main things I really wanted to get fixed with this treatment. My teeth also don't really close, if you can like see all those faces. And I mentioned this to my dentist to see if I could get refinements, and he just told me that I look in the mirror too much and that I'm pointing out every single little tiny detail and I'm being nitpicky, and that no one's gonna look at my bottom row and things like that. Like bro, the whole reason people get braces and Invisalign is for their teeth to be perfect. Of course I'm gonna be obsessed with all these little details because they were supposed to get fixed. This was a before. Like nothing was even wrong with them. I literally just did it so my teeth could be like perfect, but I guess now I'm stuck with this. Like, it's just crazy, guys. Just think before you do anything and just be careful if you get Invisalign, that's all.
For those that know and don't know, I only got Invisalign because I fancied my dentist at the time, and now he's getting married, so what was the point? What was the point? But I want to tell you 3 things that people don't tell you about Invisalign. Number 1, it hurts. Yes, it's invisible, but you can feel it. Listen, when I take out my Invisalign and I hold my teeth, I can feel my heartbeat. Is that normal? Is that normal? Number 2, it's plastic, so overnight, you can brush your teeth and then go to bed and you wake up and you take it out. And there's a smell. And I had to look in the mirror. I said, Elizabeth, are you a dirty girl? I called my dentist. Yeah, I said to him that, is this normal? He said, yes, because it's plastic, saliva. Because I actually asked myself that, am I a dirty girl? Number 3, it is expensive. I paid in installments, and every month, I screamed. Every month, I was like, ah! I will never forget, on the 16th of every month, I had heart palpitations. Invisalign is expensive. So if you know you have the money, do your thing, because I don't regret it. But for me, the reason why I got it, it didn't yield fruit. He's getting married. What the heck?
So, this is day 4 or 5 of my all-on-4 surgery. You haven't seen pictures because they've been worse than this. So, I need someone to tell me, if you have had all-on-4s, tell me if you look like this, because this is not what I saw from other people. Like, I am bruised everywhere, on the inside of my mouth, on the cheek, under my eyes. I mean, I look like a literal monster, like a monster, and I feel like a monster, and I'm just having a really hard time. So any advice from you guys would be so appreciated. I feel so ugly, and it's so demoralizing, and I know it's stupid and shallow, but it just, looking at yourself in the mirror like this is hard. Thanks, guys, for your help.
Guys, let's get into the implants, because when done well, they can definitely be life-changing. Implants are meant to replace those missing teeth and, of course, restore your bite and, of course, your confidence. But again, they come with risk that people don't always hear about until it's too late. And it's a surgical procedure, so that means, infection, rejection, or even nerve damage are all on the table. I've heard stories about people losing feeling in their lips as well as their chin permanently after the surgery because a nerve was hit. Others get even bone grafts that don't hold up, and the implant has to be removed altogether. There's also the issue of cheap materials. Some dentists, especially like in the lower cost international clinics, use knockoff components that don't integrate well with your bone. I know someone who saved up for 2 years, flew out to get implants, and now they're facing like another surgery because those implants failed. Nobody talks about the whole process of the healing because it takes time, you know, even months sometimes. If your body doesn't heal properly, you know, or if your bite isn't adjusting correctly after the crown is placed, then the implant can move or even loosen. Talking about thousands of dollars and even months of healing later.
All right, y'all. I wasn't going to speak on it, but I feel like I want to speak on it. Simply because I don't want y'all to make the mistake that I did. So y'all remember the other day that I did the video and I told y'all that I went to Dental Design Smiles to get my teeth done, right? Now, originally, I had got my teeth done by 5-Star Smiles. I had my teeth done for like 5 or 6 years. And they started to crack and just stain. And I didn't like that. So I wanted to get me a new smile. I originally was supposed to go back to 5-Star Smiles, but I ended up couldn't get an appointment. So I ended up going to Dental Design Smiles because I had a crack in my tooth. My tooth was hurting and the nerve was exposed. Now, remember I told y'all their customer service was horrible. The price went up more than what they actually quoted me. Like, everything just changed when I got to Dental Design Smiles. So yeah, I've been having my teeth done, I can say at least maybe 2 weeks now, going on 2 weeks now. So now, yesterday, I'm eating a nugget and my crown that I paid $700 for cracks out the blue. So now I'm pissed because if you know, you know, that shit hurt, especially when the nerve get exposed. So yeah, I'm laying in the bed last night. Like, that's not even a killing part. I'm laying in the bed last night and I'm looking because the tooth that cracked, the crown that cracked is in the, like, way in the back of my mouth. So I'm sitting in the bed and I'm just looking, like I got the camera up and I'm just looking in my mouth, you know, just examining, trying to see how the damn tooth look. Y'all, look at my teeth. I did not notice this when I left the dentist because I would have never, like, look at this. I know this not right. Like, look at this. Y'all can't tell me that shit so much. Like, and I can't see in the back of my mouth. Like, when they doing your teeth, you can't see in the back of your mouth. Like, nobody is looking behind their teeth to see what they look like. So now, y'all, I'm honestly just pissed off because I didn't waste money on a crown that broke within 2 weeks. And now I got to get that fixed. And I got to get my teeth redone again because nasty looking. Like, y'all don't go waste y'all money at Dental Design Smiles. Them people is and sooner or later, them be on the news scamming people. Like, what the Then I hate how the girls get on TikTok and be telling you to go to them people. Do y'all look in the back of y'all teeth? Have y'all, anybody who went there, have y'all checked in the back of y'all teeth to see what the fuck like? Hey guys, it's Steph. Excuse the way I look. Okay, so this morning I went in to get the moldings for my semi-permanents and to pick out the exact color, the shape, all of that. And so they took my top and my bottom off because I have the top and bottom all on 4s. And after you've been chewing for a while, because okay, so recap for people, like, if you haven't watched all of my videos. So April, excuse me, I got all my the teeth that I had them extracted. So I had like 12 teeth or something, and they extracted them. They placed the implants. A few months later, I found out when I was supposed to go and get the castings, you know, like I did today for my temporary permanents, because these are just temporary. These are the ones that I got after surgery. I found out 2 of my implants were failing. The 2 anchors, the ones in the very back. So I had to go back into surgery and get those fixed. Okay, so that was in August. Now it's November 14th. And so I went in, they took them off. So after you've been chewing for a while, the screws start to get loose. Not the anchors, and the screws inside the anchors. So he was tightening the screws, And this one started hurting bad, and it wasn't hurting like that before. So right away, like, I had this like horrific feeling, right? Like, not again, God, you know, because I've done everything right. You know, I've been eating soft foods. I mean, it's been, sorry, I get emotional because it's been a long journey, you know, and I've been eating soft foods. I don't smoke. I've been doing everything that I should be doing. The last time they failed, we thought, because I would wake up and I would clench a lot like this, and I would be like stuck that way when I would wake up, and then slowly but surely I would be able to get out of that. It was like a lockjaw almost, it felt like. So my doctor said, you need to be wearing your night guard. So she made me a new night guard. She even went as far as like shaving all of my back teeth down, because at first they handicap your bite, like, so you don't like mess up the integrity of the implants. And she even handicapped my bite even more, because look, they don't touch these ones, the back, and I'm gonna have more teeth in the back. They also do that so you can't like clench, you know? So I'll have more teeth on the back, but we took every precaution, right? So I had them redone, and then today I had this one was hurting so bad. Like, when he was torquing on it to get it tighter, it was moving, and like it just hurt, and it's not supposed to hurt, right? So my doctor comes in, and I'm like, please don't tell me, you know, that it's failing. And she said, I have to. And I'm just tired, you know what I mean? So tomorrow, they're gonna go in through my jaw, and they're gonna place it in my cheekbone. Pretty much, you see my dermal, that's where this implant's gonna be. And yeah, it's just upsetting, you know, because 3 weeks ago I went in because this far back implant, like, something didn't feel right. And I went in, and she banged on them because they make like this noise, and everything was good, you know? But it's weird, you know your body. And she told me, no, everything's fine. So, and I love the place that I picked, you guys. I really do. It's just like, nobody tells you like the stuff that can happen, you know? Like, they act like it's like few and far between, but I'm here to tell you it's really not. Because I don't know, this is why I'm doing this channel, because I want to show the real stuff, you know, not, oh, I mean, I'm so grateful if you went and got your implants and everything went well. Like, seriously, I wouldn't wish this upon anybody, what I'm having to go through over and over and over again. And on top of it, the regional manager or something of the place that I went came in, and he's like, well, usually it's $1,500, and mind you guys, I paid $42,000 already cash for my teeth. And before I got them done, they said, after we tell you you're cleared, you have enough bone, we open you up, no matter what. If the implants fail, like right after we do them, it's covered, you know? You have a year. And so when he's like telling me, oh, we'll do it for $1,000 and you don't have to pay it right away, I'm thinking, this is not what I was told, you know? Most people cannot afford $42,000 cash. And then my doctor's like, well, we could do anesthesia as well, and that's like $5,000. I already did that for my extractions.
So I'm just like very upset. And it's like, this is not my fault. Like, I've looked up things online, and a lot of times it's like either they were too rough during surgery, they heated stuff up too much and did nerve damage, the titanium had like germs on it, stuff like that. Like, this is not my fault at all, and I know that. And I think, I don't know, but I'm gonna speak to them tomorrow and let them know, like, so we have to figure something out, because this is not my fault and I should not have to pay for this. I already paid pretty much what I paid for a brand new vehicle of mine. So, you know, but yeah, I just want you guys to know what can happen, you know, and I'm not saying, like, still with all these problems and stuff, I'm still grateful, right? Because my teeth were so bad, and even my temporaries, like right now, one of my, they didn't screw this one back in. See, like, you can see that one, that's the one. That's gonna have to be taken out. But they didn't even screw it in because it hurts too bad, like. So yeah, I have to go in again and go through this, and I'm not going to do anesthesia, and I don't do pain medicine, and I'm probably like going to have a black eye afterwards. So I don't know, I'm just upset, guys, and I just want things to go well. Like, when I go into the seat now, when I go into my prosthodontist and I'm sitting down, like, my palms get sweaty. Like, I get so nervous because this is going to be my third time in surgery when it's supposed to be one time, you know. But things always, I like have the worst luck. Like with my son, that was like the best thing that ever happened, my sobriety. And then the dude that I'm with, that I've been with for 6 years, he's pretty much my husband, you know. Like, those are the things that have been huge blessings. But other than that, my life has been, I'm just not a lucky person. My life has been wonderful, but I'm, you know, things like this happen. But I don't know, I just wanted to be honest with you guys, and I'm just struggling right now, you know.
I went to one of the best dentists in my area and left with a lawsuit. This is my dentist horror story. So I just moved to this area. I look up this dentist, had great reviews, right? I just went to get into the dentist. I was due for my annual cleaning, so I just went like a month ago, right? Cleaning went great. I was like, okay, cool. In the process though, she chipped one of my teeth, like literally just like, and I felt it. It was very rough feeling, and I said, I'm not gonna worry about it today. I'm coming back in a week anyways to get a filling done, so I didn't worry about it, right? Came back a week later to get my filling done, and they fixed up whatever she did for free, right? Great. Now this is where it went downhill. So I had to obviously get the Novocaine injection it was on this side of my mouth. I had one up here and one down here. And oh my God, I have a very high pain tolerance. But when I tell you, when this man put this needle in my bottom jaw, I have never felt one of like the most like intense, like just like sharp pains in my entire life. And I've had dental work done before with the injections and never experienced a pain like that ever. But sure enough, my mouth was completely numb, so I just figured, whatever, right? Procedure went great. They fixed my tooth for free. I got my filling done, went along about my day. And then this is 24 hours after the procedure. I had noticed, like, okay, my, like, whole side of my mouth is still very numb. Like, it's been 24 hours. What do I do, right? Naturally, I called the dentist that next day and was like, hey, like, my mouth's still pretty numb. And they were like, okay, just give it a few days and it should wear off, right? I gave it a week, and I was just really trying not to be dramatic, but I called the dentist's office a week later. This was on Monday, 2 days ago. And I said, hey, one, my mouth is still very much numb. On the one like side of my tongue, I can't taste, like I can't feel anything still. And I also have an excruciating pain in my jaw. Like, I related it to, I've had my wisdom teeth out, getting your like wisdom teeth out times 10 with no painkillers. And at first they were like really hesitant to bring me in, like kind of just told me subtly like, you're overreacting. And I was like, no, like get me in ASAP. So I went on a Monday morning, sat down in the chair, and I kid you not, was in there for maybe 2 minutes because the dentist came up to me while I was sitting down and openly admitted, like, okay, listen, I have never, like, I've had this happen like maybe twice in my career, but you're experiencing nerve damage. When he did the Novocaine injection, he hit my nerve and now it's damaged, and proceeded to tell me then it will take up to a year to fully heal. And I said, okay, I get that, but like, I am in really bad pain. Like, this is really, really bad. Like, I don't mean to be like that person, but I need a Percocet. And he's like, no, we can't prescribe anything. You're going to need to go somewhere else to get that, whatever, right? I was like, well, can you at least please look at my mouth? Like, there's yellow bubble on the injection site. Like, and it's just, it started up here and it's moving down toward my bottom jaw. And he looks at me and he goes, no, ma'am, you're just experiencing nerve damage. Like, I asked him about 2 or 3 times, like, can you please just look, like, just give me some clarity? No, he refused, and then proceeded to tell his assistant, like, write this down. I did not look inside her mouth. Like, she's just experiencing nerve damage, and this visit's for free, whatever. I would hope so, right? I said, I'm going to urgent care. I need someone to just literally look in my mouth and tell me if I'm going crazy. Went to urgent care, and not even 5 minutes into this trip, the doctor looks inside my mouth and goes, ma'am, you have an infection in your mouth and it has spread from your upper like injection site down to your bottom row, and it was causing some of my teeth to literally come loose. So no, I wasn't going crazy, and that dentist was so factful. So I got put on antibiotics for a week. Everything's taken care of, right? The pain has gone down significantly. I've been on them for about 2 days now. I understand mistakes happen. But the treatment I got after, like, literally them subtly calling me crazy and saying I'm being dramatic, it's just mind-boggling, like, how functional that was. So I called the dentist office again after all of this, after I got the treatment and everything. I said, look, I understand things happen, but I'm just letting you know, like, I had an infection and you guys, like, completely ignored that. And I'm not mad at you, the receptionist. I'm mad at the dentist. Receptionist goes off on me saying, ma'am, your infection's not our problem, blah, 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 blah. You have nerve damage and you need to give it time to heal. And I said, bitch, like, literally, bitch, I had a mouth infection. An oral infection has now, like, caused my teeth to literally come loose. Proceeds then to tell me, you need to come in. Like, I was like, I literally did. So right before I'm about to hang up with her, she has the audacity to then ask me, do you want to schedule for your next cleaning? What? I said, no, I don't think so. But I did ask for my $100 deposit back because I had to place a $100 deposit in order to, like, get associated with this dentist. It felt like a little membership fee. I don't get it. She was like, no, that's non-refundable. I was like, what? What? So not only did I pay, like, it was like $100-something just to get the tooth fixed on top of the $100 fee. And then I also had to pay another couple $100 for the urgent care visit. And I'm going to have to pay another probably a couple $100, maybe even $1,000 to now get my teeth fixed from what one simple filling has caused. And like I said, I know mistakes happen, but, like, this was extremely unprofessional. The fact that he openly admitted to doing the nerve damage, okay, great, fine, whatever, right? But when I said, hey, I think my mouth is infected, though, like, can you please look? Refused, basically kicked me out, told me to kick rocks out of that office and just take a Advil. Like, oh, never, ever experienced something so unprofessional in my life.
These stories have just been so insane, but of course, here is the takeaway. You know, dental work is a serious investment, you know, in, of course, your money, your time, and of course, your health. It's not just about having that pretty smile, but it's about, you know, making sure that the structure beneath it is actually solid, healthy, and well treated. These horror stories aren't there to scare you off about getting, you know, dental procedures done. They're out there to make you ask better questions, you know, to slow down down and to research the people who you're trusting in your face, your jaw, and even with your nerve. Cosmetic trauma is real, and fixing a bad dental work is often harder and even more expensive than getting it done the first time. Of course, guys, always advocate for yourself. Ask for full treatment plans, insist on imaging as well as getting a second opinion, because I think that your smile deserves that. Guys, thank you so much for watching until the end. And if you have your own dental experience, whether it be good or bad, drop your stories, of course, and your thoughts down in the comment section as well. We're gonna wrap up today's discussion, guys. If you have enjoyed the video, you haven't yet liked or subscribed, I don't know where you are waiting, go ahead and do so now for your girl. And if you want to continue to watch more relatable edutainment videos like these, you can go ahead and click that up next video whether right here so on your screen and enjoy the day away. As per usual, guys, thank you again so much for watching until the end. My name is Jodie and I aspire to inspire. Until next time, guys, walk good.